Good morning, beautiful people, and my wonderful collective. Um, let's see. Let's keep going down the major arcana. I'm gonna try to get them a little quicker. We're getting down there, but we've gone over the Fool, you and me, the main characters of this story. Again, if this resonates, please listen. If my voice resonates, please listen. If any of my messages have resonated, please listen, because there's more than likely a message here for you. Everything happens for a reason. Come into this with that mindset. I'm here with messages, my remembered truths, my fool's journey to help you remember your true self, because that is key. But like I said, I'm here to help. Go ahead and scroll if this doesn't resonate. And like I said, this is for a collective. If you know, you know. First step, the magician. We have to find that magician in us, that magic, that spark, that imagination. And it's all about the spiritual with the high priestess. Like I said, for those of us that were chosen and gifted, it is all in us. It is spiritual. I am on a spiritual journey. And next, we went over the Empress and the Emperor. They're the embodiment of the masculine and the feminine, which has to happen. It's in both of us, right, left brain. It's right there. But you have to embody both of them. You have to embody the masculine and the feminine in each of you. No gender in the tarot, so flip it as needed. Females, you need to embody that masculine. Males, you need to embody that feminine side. You have to have a oneness with that within yourself, which will trigger the self-love, which will... It's a big step. Anyway, next we're going into the Hierophant. Hey, this one's going to be interesting. Okay, the key meaning education, unity, and spiritual direction. Hey, the Hierophant, there's a different tradition, conformity, morality. And that's in the upright. This is one that we need to reverse. In the reverse, it's about, the imbalance. Let's see, rebellion, supervision, dogmatism. I mean, the thing about the Hierophant is the guidance and the leadership we've been under. It's about old traditions and going back on and seeing if they've been working, which they haven't. They're throwing it in our face right now. We're at war again over whatever you want to believe they're telling you. Okay? It's about getting rid of the old traditions, the old mindsets, the old programming, and seeing the world for what it truly is. And you have to see what it truly is. I mean, they're putting it in our faces, people. And that's why this mass awakening is happening. That's why I'm reaching out with these messages and that. I can't help. I can't awaken you. I can't fix you. I can't open your eyes, but I am here to help. Like I said, with my remembered truths, my story, to help you find your true self, your truths. And you have to find them within you. You are the only one that can go in there and do the work and figure out what is yours and what is not. And that's all the perceptions, all the beliefs, all the storylines you've been fed. Not just you, your parents, your grandparents. Who knows how far this goes back since the control started. And it's all about control. They control your emotions, fear. I mean, you have to see it for what it is. They are exposing it. Time to open the eyes. It's time to, get rid of tradition, because it's not working. It's not. Anyway, the Hierophant's message is make the most of your gifts. Again, the Emperor, the Empress, the High Priestess. I mean, I cannot deny that I am on a spiritual journey now. That's what happens when you take back control. You have to take back control. That's the whole thing. You have to remember your true self, not what you've been told you have to be. And that's what it is. You have to see it that way. Anyway, let's pull some collective cards off the Hierophant to, like I said, I'm here to help. Go back to my other messages, and if this resonates, there are messages there for you, the collective. Or those of you that aren't sure what the collective is, but it resonates, I'm here to help you through this journey. It's not easy. It isn't, but you have to make the choice. The Five of Wands. This has been coming out a lot. This is the conflict. The Wands is your imagination, your intuition, your creativity, your spirituality. And that's where the conflict has been. Like I said with the Hierophant, the old traditions. Okay, they've completely turned it around. It is not about religion anymore, people. It's not. You have to see that. Okay, it's all one core belief that everybody lost in all those religions until they figured out that they could use religion as a way to put fear in, more control. Okay, it's not about religion. It's in all of us that have been chosen to. You have to see that. It's not in that book. It's not in these cards. Until you see it for what it truly is, then you will see the true meanings of it. The book, I'm not going to say, you know what book, is not meant to be taken literally. These are not meant to be taken literally, okay? But you have to see the truth in it. I was guided to these cards and started seeing my truths and helped me pull my head out of my ass and fix myself. Get rid of all the programming and program it to my true higher self. It's what you have to do. And the conflict, like I said, they need to keep us unbalanced. Hey, if we were all one, the collective conscious, I mean, that's what they're instilling in us, that fear, that keeping us separate. And that's the old traditions. That's what has to go. We have to collectively pull our heads out of our asses and see what it truly is. Become the Fool. Again, the Fool comes out. This is you, me. We are the main characters. Nobody else can write your story from here on out but you, if you get rid of all that bullshit and realize that you are the only one in control. You don't have to listen to the false hierophants anymore. You don't. Only because you're told you have to. You don't. Okay, but you have to see it for what it truly is. Truly is control. Keeping us separate. Like I always say, I need more of you to take that leap of faith. The Fool is all about taking that leap of faith, but you got to go into that rabbit hole of your head and find your true selves. Five of Pentacles. This is about poverty, lack of here in the physical realm. Okay, and that has been a part of control too. They keep you right there, on the edge of poverty. I mean, I worked my whole life before this when I was guided to quit my job because it's part of the physical that, it's not, it served its purpose. Like everything in the past, they're all lessons. You have to get into that mindset. They're all lessons. You have to learn something from it to move forward, to be able to reconnect, to find your true highest self. But yeah, I mean, the poverty and all that, homelessness and all that, I mean, you have to see it for what it is, for what it truly is. Distractions, things to keep you away from the truth, your true self, your own truths about everything. You have to find your own truths, and that's all about judgment. Okay, we don't judge anyone. Don't judge anyone. Okay. The only judgment you can do is on yourself, and that's going in there and deciphering everything that's been put in there. And like I said, this started way back before you even, so don't blame your parents, yada yada. You have to go in there and decide to break the cycle that has been happening for generations. Okay, and that's judgment. You have to, like I said, see the world for what it really is. And finally, understand that it has all been about control, okay? And it is spiritual. It has been about good versus evil since the beginning. And again, you won't see that unless you are meant to remember it. But that's why I'm here, reaching out to those folks that this resonates with. If we get rid of the conflict, we can get to the Six of Swords. In the Six of Swords is your mentality, how you think of things, and that's when we have to get rid of the conflict and clear it in your own head. And this is about moving forward, going into calmer waters, and that's what we need to do, because all this war and all this separation is just, it's been a plot. It's been a plot. Okay, you're the main character. You have been in somebody else's storyline. You have to see that. Since the beginning, you have to realize that you are the creator of your own story, your own destiny. Okay, and it's by the choices you make, not by the choices you've been told you have to make. That's all I'm trying to do, is open up your eyes, get more of you to take that leap of faith and just question everything. Bring back that imagination, that spiritual guidance we had as kids, and see it for what it truly is. Go back to when you got mind control, the Ace of Swords under the Fool. Okay, the aces are new beginnings. The swords, again, your intellectual, your thought process, which you have to change. It's about new beginnings, but here in the reverse, it's about, confusion, conflict, and like I said, that's what it's been all about. They keep you confused. They tell you not to question it. This is how it is. You have to question everything, especially nowadays with everything that's coming out, everything that's being exposed. They can't hide it anymore. They can't. And they're just doing more distractions, more ways to keep you confused. But like I said, you have to open your eyes. The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands, again, your spirituality. This is the burden they put on us. It's about burden. It's about overwhelmed, being overwhelmed. And that's what we all are. We're overwhelmed with everything they push on you. It's fear, fear, fear. Fear only controls you if you let it. And all the fear they push on you, you have to think of fear as, what is it? I'll think of it. But fear, it's not real. It's all in your head. And fear is a response. It's an emotion. It's there to help you. It's there to guide you. Yes, it's there to keep you away from this shit. But if it scares you, then you know it's not right. I mean, period. You see a grizzly bear, you're going to get scared. Yeah, that's the fear response telling you get away from that. If you're seeing all this shit that's going on in the world and you have a fear response from it, there's a reason for it. Okay, we need to be afraid because, like I said, the Hierophant, we need to get away from all these old traditions, get back to your true higher self and see it for what it truly is, people. It's ugly and it's evil. There's no way around it. No way around it. The Knight of Swords. This is about using the information after the judgment, after you unjumble everything in there, reconstruct it as you and only you, not anybody else's perception, anybody else's belief. Okay, you and you alone decide what is right and wrong, what is true, what is false. We've all been given that since birth, that ability. Okay, until they told you, nope, don't use that. You have to just, we say it, and that's how it is. Don't question it. Don't question it. Question everything. Okay, and that's the judgment going in, and you have to reprogram it. Nobody else can. And with that knowledge, the Knight of Swords, they're out there doing the work. They're out there following, the rabbit holes, like I say. But the first rabbit hole is your own head. You have to go in there and reprogram it. That's plain and simple. The Page of Swords. Messages. I mean, this could be me. There's many messages coming out there. And once you reconnect and start seeing it for what it really is, you will be guided towards the truth. And that's your emotions again, your guides telling you. That's what they're meant to do, not to be confused and controlled. If they control them, then your emotions control you. You have to master your emotions, and that's about doing all this work, letting go of everything in the past that no longer serves a purpose, because there is no past. There is only the future. Okay, the present goes by. You can be here in the present, and that's, seeing shit for what it really is. Being here in the present and seeing it for what it really is. But there is no present because we've gone into the future already while I'm talking. In the future, in the future. Okay, the present is what you make it. What you, you know. But, I mean, the future is yours to control. It is. You are the only one in charge of this projector. There's a conscious, collective source, the main projector. That's why we're all seeing, and falling under the same beliefs and all that. But it's all connected as one. You can reconnect with it, but you have to, like I said, your true highest self, and that's authenticity. Hey, authenticity isn't what you've been programmed to do. It's not. We all have a purpose here. We all need to get the message into our heads that it's full of shit. That was my hell. That was hell. 49 years of hell I had to go into and rearrange, reprogram. Say that wasn't my belief. This is what, and I call them remembered truths. Because when you remember them, you just remember them. It's not something new I figured out. It's something I've always believed in. That was my belief from the get-go until somebody else's fucking belief, somebody else's perception, somebody else's storyline clouded it. And you have to see it that way. That's all it is. And those perceptions and those beliefs go back generations and generations to when the control started. Ace of Wands, your spirituality again. This is the new start. I mean, once you get the messages, once they start guiding you, your emotions guide you. They're all around you. It has been guiding you since the beginning, but you lost the connection because you got reprogrammed. Plain and simple. And once you figure that out, once you fix it in here, then you can reconnect. Those of us that are chosen, those of us that have been gifted, those of us that have been trusted to do this. And trust me, that is why you have been tested through this school of life. That is the whole point. Those of us trusted with this will be tested the hardest because we're trusted with it. Okay? You have to see that, but you have to learn the lessons. You have to graduate school. That's all it is. Just lessons. It's a school. If you don't break the cycles, learn the lesson, you're not going to graduate. That's how it works, in real life, real school. But if you treat life as a school, quit going into that mentality of why me, because that's where I was. Test after test, why me, until I finally went into the what is this trying to teach me? And that changes everything. Because everything in the past happened for a reason. It can't be changed. You just have to learn from it and move on. Let it go with love, gratitude, forgiveness, and learn the lesson and move on. And that's by fixing it all in your head. Okay, realizing that the relationships, you were dealing with somebody else's trauma from fucking generations ago. Okay, that's how it works. But you have to reprogram it. You and only you. The Ten of Pentacles, that's, having control over this physical realm. And this is where the control happens. That's what keeps you from reconnecting, is everything here in the physical, the materialistic. You have to have this, you have to graduate school and, retain all this knowledge that is not going to help you. It's control again. Okay, we're going to teach you this. Don't question it. Don't question it. This is how it is. You have to question everything. You have to pull your own head out of your ass and see it for what it is. The truths. Your true truths. Only yours matter. None of the rest does. It doesn't. You have to see that. Anyway, I love you all. Let's break those traditions. Let's break the control. Love thyself first and foremost. It's got to start in you. It has to. Anyway, love thyself and thank you.